Hey, what's going on, guys? So here's just my second video. Now this is gonna be a discussion that some people might not agree with, but first I want you to understand that, it's just my thoughts. So, before you freak out, it's just my opinion. Anyways, what I want to talk about are good decks, this format with the new list especially that just came out. So regardless if anybody wants to admit it or not, or wants to talk about it or whatever, even if the Lightsworn Roller deck is not the best, it's going to be played a lot. You're gonna see tons of— what's up, kitty cat? Okay, you want some lovin'? I'm gonna, shit. I'm sorry, my cat's so damn cute. What are you doing? What are you doing? Anyways, so regardless if anybody wants to admit it, it's gonna be played a shit ton. Even if it's not the best, even if Artifacts, Hands, or whatever can beat it in other decks, it's gonna be played a lot. It's gonna be played a lot. So, to counteract this, now, Hands aren't the greatest for this deck, but it can work, especially with the artifacts and everything. Any deck that can main Skill Drain, and you already know what I'm talking about, obviously because of the title. Dark Worlds are an awesome deck in this format. They have one of the fastest draw engines. Yes, they do always have some sort of consistency issues because it is Dark Worlds, but the deck is still awesome and amazing regardless. Everybody, that's why it's always, you see random tops throughout the years with the deck. Even if it's not number one, you'll see it top 8th place at a YCS or something like that. I don't think any did this year, but you always see a Dark World top to some degree through every format. Now this format, I think it actually has a chance to be a very consistent and awesome deck because the Dark Worlds are very consistent to a degree. You can't always pull up the greatest plays, but it can main deck skill drain like a boss. And it's just perfect for this format because skill drain, you can't do anything on the field with Lightsworn Rollers. You can't use the JD effects or whatever, and most people you do Lightsworn Rollers aren't maining MSTs. Secondly, a lot of decks aren't maining MSTs right now, so to get rid of the skill drain is kind of problematic, and you can't pop it with a monster effect because, well, you got skill drain on the field. Now, granted, there are some traps. Artifact Ignition can take out skill drain and things of that matter, because they main a lot of things that can pop back row for their own deck and your opponents. But granted, you're also doing other things with Dark Worlds just besides having your skill drain. So skill drain is just a bonus, and also it's just so great, and it's just it needs. And once Artifact, it's awesome. But like I said, it's not a main deck. It's not going to be the main greatest thing ever. I'm not saying they're going to win or whatever, but I'm just saying if you really hate Lightsworn Rollers and you want a budget deck, I'm talking budget. You don't even really need an extra deck. And depending on what versions you play, even if you're playing the versions with Malefic Stardust, that's not that much money to get 3 Stardust and the Malefic Stardust. But if you're not even playing that version, still, it is a very fast deck, so much draw power, and the skill drain it's a real bad matchup against Lightsworn Rollers. I was playing against a lot of Lightsworn Rollers because that's all that people are playing on Dev Pro now the deck's been out for like a week or so. Not even yet. And it's just it's just messing it up with 3 skill drain main. Now, I'm not going to give you a deck profile because Dark Worlds, there's so many versions, and mine's not going to be the best anyways because I always play Dark Worlds to a different way that other people play, and I know it's not the best way, it's just the way that I'm fun with. But I want you to take into consideration. Now, I hate people that migrate to the format or whatever. I always play budget, but if you're really not digging the Lightsworn Rollers, I'm not talking about Hands or whatever. I'm saying that they can still compete with Hands. I'm just not saying that's the deck that I'm talking about. I'm saying the Lightsworn Rollers that are going to be probably big in this format, if you want to compete with them, play the Dark Worlds. Play the Dark Worlds with the 3 skill drain, and you will show Lightsworn Rollers that, you know what, I don't care about your banishing, I don't care about your popping, I don't care about your milling, you're about to get fucked by my Grapha and other miscellaneous things that I play because I'm playing Dark Worlds that play Drag Down, Dark World Dealings, Allure, and Gateway, and just so much draw power, and then you got the Huntsman, it's just insane drawing. But they really just can't, it's just not a good matchup for them, and like I said, the deck's going to be played a lot, so if you want a nice rogue deck, even though a lot of people probably already thought of this, I'm just letting you know, play some Dark Worlds if you want to really piss off the people that thought Lightsworn Rollers. Also, if you have a friend that got Lightsworn Rollers, and they invested the extra, I don't know, like $100 so for the extra deck, like Big Eye and Dracosack and stuff, because they wanted to play super competitively instead of just buying a 3-structure deck, they're going to get mega pissed when you're beating their ass with your skill drain Dark World, so there you go. Go play that if you really want to show them what the fuck's up. But anyways, guys, that's all for me. I just thought I'd give a little hit. If nobody really thought of that, I don't know why anybody would have thought of it, but I thought of it just because I was playing around and I was like, you know what? I always loved Dark Worlds. It was one of my first decks that I like always whooped ass with. And yeah, so like I said, pick up Dark Worlds if you want to beat Lightsworns and anything. If you like this video, thumbs up, subscribe, and all that shit. I'll see you later, guys. Peace!